You're listening to Comic Reflections, episode 140. I'm your host, Nicholas Prom.
And I'm Jeff Barnhart, Lord of Darkness.
Wow!
You didn't know, did you? Yeah.
Fooled me.
Yep.
So, Comic Reflections is brought to you by Rhymes with Geek. You can check out our show, plus many other cool podcasts. I should say several, but that's more the truth. Such as the all-new Anti-Fanboy, Feed It Comics, and the Two-Headed Nerd at rhymeswithgeek.com. And if you enjoy our show, please check us out. Please subscribe to us on either iTunes or Stitcher. You can also find us on backissueheroes.com, which is the home of classic comics on the web. And please email us at comic.reflections@gmail.com.
Okay, we got a good show today, I think.
We sure do, don't we always?
Ah.
Yeah, okay, let's be honest. So we're gonna talk. It's our second week talking about Tomb of Dracula.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been enjoying reading these issues. I think they've been fun.
I didn't like last episodes of Dracula as much as this time.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot better.
So
sure, I think I got into them. So,
oh, good.
They are odd, and we'll get to that later.
Yeah. So here's a funny thing. Somebody on LinkedIn made a comment, because I post these on there as well. Says, "Sounds like Jeff has never read Tomb of Dracula before."
Yeah.
Yeah. He says, "I think he'd probably be more at home. It sounds like he'd be happier reading Jimmy Olsen."
Yes.
And I was like, "Boy, you really hit the nail on the head there." But and I commented that you're kind of
careful.
No. I know. You're the way you kind of come in with a naked opinion about it that's not informed by anything else or anything other than just reading it, and the things you bring to me to answer or whatever. I think it makes for a good dynamic on the show. I think that's what makes our show work so well. So,
but thanks for the comment.
Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah. So it's always nice to hear back from people.
Yes, it is. Hint, hint.
Yeah, we want more of that, because it was a good feeling. So, but what do we got? We have Tomb of Dracula number 50, and the story is called "Where Soars the Silver Surfer?" That's right. Galactus' former herald faces off against the Prince of Darkness. What a weird combination.
Yes.
But it works. I thought this was going to be dumb. I thought, because the Silver Surfer, he's got the power cosmic. Zap, there goes the vampire. That's the end of the story. But surprisingly, this isn't the last issue of Tomb of Dracula.
Right.
This is good. Let's see. Marv Wolfman wrote it, of course. And Gene Colan penciled. Tom Palmer on inks. It's beautiful. Beautiful stuff.
We have two characters who hate mankind. Silver Surfer always dissing her.
Because he doesn't understand humans yet, and part of his journey is to figure out humanity.
Yeah. I don't understand Canadians, but I appreciate they have a different culture.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not that much different, but
Aren't they known as like the most
foreign country or something like that? They put mayonnaise on French fries. It's an abomination. No, that's interesting. They do that. It's not for me, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It takes different people to make the world go around.
Yeah. Canadians are kind of known as like the most polite nation in the world or whatever. I mean, the Canadians that I've known are very nice people.
Yeah.
Most
people I know are nice. I met some jerks, but they're a minority.
Yeah.
At least people try to be nice.
Yeah.
Present company accepted.
Oh, yeah.
So,
that's fine. I appreciate your honesty.
Okay.
So, Dracula.
Dracula sees this babe walking down. She's wearing a miniskirt, but she's a nice girl because she has an overcoat on, and he grabs her, or tries to, and some local youths come by and. Where's that from?
It's from, hang on, it's My Cousin Vinny.
Yeah, which is a great movie.
Right. The Buick Skylark.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And the guy's safe, we don't really get why he doesn't just kill everybody.
Right.
But he goes off, and the girl's saved. And all right, here's something about these Dracula I noticed. There are so many subplots. I have never seen so much jumping into another. There's about 4 or 5 subplots going on.
Yeah, and really, this is something we need to read the entire series at some point. I have 3 of the 4 Marvel Essential volumes that collect the whole series. When we transition to doing those books, I think that's a series that we should do in its entirety, because it's heavy on the soap opera and the subplots. You're right, and they don't do anything for just someone reading random issues like we're doing now.
Yeah, I've never seen this so much before. Usually there's 2.
A couple subplots, yeah.
Yeah, maybe 3, but there's 4 or 5, maybe 6 going on.
Yeah, and it could be too much, but if you were reading from the number 1 and you're following all these characters, their arcs, then it makes sense.
Well, I know that, but even having all that, I mean, it does distract from it, although I'm confused what's going on sometimes. Yeah. But why is Blade attacking
Hannibal King?
Yeah, and he's a vampire now, and
because Blade was like part vampire because his mother. You remember the story from the movie? His mother was bit by a vampire when she was pregnant and killed, but he was born human but with vampire powers, I think.
But supposedly now he's a vampire, though, or something.
Yeah, something has happened there. But there's also this other guy, another subplot, and we get none of that. We get like 1 page of the Blade story in this.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And which is another thing. It doesn't. The subplots have nothing to do with the story.
With the main story.
Yeah, which is.
I feel like Marv Wolfman is seeding that for like there will be issues and arc later that's all about that.
I find this interesting.
Yeah.
And singular.
Yeah.
But it's not. I'm not digging on it. I'm not saying this is bad. I'm saying this is what makes this different.
Yeah, and this is the kind of stuff like all these subplots that come together later, or you gotta read all these issues. It's something that's become a larger problem in current comics. Jonathan Hickman is an excellent writer, but he's guiltiest of all of this. I mean, like, he's not a guy that you can jump in on an issue and know what's going on with a title he's writing. You have to start with the beginning of a run he's on and read the whole thing, and then you get the payoff.
And TV is getting that way too.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Columbo, but I don't have to see 1 episode. I don't need to see what comes after or before.
Right.
It's an entity.
Yeah. But, I tried reading Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four run, or issues from that, or his Avengers run, and they're not very satisfying, because I just coming in, I want some comic book goodness, Fantastic Four or Avengers fighting supervillain, and then whatever, but there's all this subplots and interconnected drama with all these supporting characters, and I'm like, it's really hard to get in, and that's the opposite of what we need in comic books today.
Yeah, and that is driving away the casual comic book buyer.
Yeah.
And who wants to be confused reading a comic book? It makes you feel stupid.
But see, now also modern comics are more written for the trade paperback, and I think that's the better way to read comics these days.
I think it's the best way to read it, period.
Yeah.
Although trade paperbacks do not have the ads, and sometimes the ads are my favorite part.
Or letters columns. Although I did just get the trade paperback. We'll get off this tangent real soon, but the trade paperback for Devil Dinosaur. It's got all 9 issues. It has the letters columns too.
Cool.
And I'm like, yes, because that's important. It's important to have that historical snapshot of what the fans are, how they're reacting to what's going on, what they like and don't.
Okay, so we have this Lupesky, and he has 3 panels, and he's talking about he's going to do something, destroying Dracula. And
I didn't understand this guy. He's a Satanist, and he's evil, but Dracula's not evil enough for this guy, or something. He gets a bigger arc, and we see more of him. But I didn't understand it. It's like he's a rival, or doesn't want. I didn't get it. If Dracula's doing evil, isn't he pleasing Satan?
Right. Although the Satanists don't believe Satan's evil. Although Satanism is just an excuse to have fun. And
sure.
By worshiping Satan, they are merely rejecting Christianity.
Yeah.
And I don't really approve, but whatever floats your boat.
And the thing is, I read those books years ago. Anton LaVey's, the Church of Satan, that group. It's not even original. It's an inversion of Catholicism, and the philosophy is just Ayn Rand. It really is. So genuinely satanic then.
Yeah. No, I'm not a huge Aryan fan, but there's some truth in objectivism. But it's I don't know. I read the Satanic Bible, and all I got from it was, "Hey, let's have a good time." Yeah. And that's
But you read it too, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, but what I got out of it is because there were things that you do that are just common decency, that of kindnesses that you give as a given to people, as decency, and those things are rejected as part of that philosophy. And I, being older now, have a lot of problems with that. So, oh wait, there is definitely evil going on here, because there's an element of cruelty in the, I don't care about anyone but me or my interests.
Yeah, it's kind of solipsism.
It's so self-serving, and it's just kind of...
Okay. All right, so, was it Lepesky?
Yeah, Lepesky.
He has a plan. He's going to use a Silver Surfer. Yeah. He's going to meld his mind and tell him about Dracula.
And use a surfer as an instrument to destroy Dracula. Yeah, what I was going to say, and I'll get off it now, is the rejection of altruism in its entirety, I got a problem with.
I think Ayn Rand, and this will be the last thing to say, is not against altruism. It's against forced altruism. That you shouldn't be forced to give stuff up. You should do it.
Well, that I would agree with. But if you do something from your, and it sounds corny, but the goodness of your heart, that's good. But don't do it to aggrandize yourself or to be ostentatious.
And altruism can have bad repercussions for the person you're giving it to as well.
Sure.
And so, all right. So they capture Silver Surfer, and they show him what an evil guy Dracula is.
Yeah.
So Silver Surfer says, "Well, if I defeat Dracula, Earth will like me because I got rid of ultimate evil."
Sure.
So we go back to Drax's pad, and he has his girlfriend.
No, he's got a wife.
A wife.
He's taking a wife.
Preggers. How'd that happen?
God, I hate that term.
Preggers.
God, I hate that word. But anyway.
Oh, okay. I don't.
She is with child.
In jest. So.
Okay.
It's kind of cool. They're sitting on these thrones with candles on the back of the chair. Neato.
Like you would expect Dracula to have. So, but yeah.
He's being asked by these people for stuff. It's kind of cool. Someone's like, I don't have all the money, and it's, well, I'll take all that is yours. At least you can give for eternity. So
yeah.
And this other guy says, I'm a poor man. I'll give you everything, and I'll accept. And he said, Dracula says, I'll accept your wealth, but I make no promises. Be gone. And this other guy says, I'll give you political power. He says, get out of here. It's really even Dracula hates politicians.
Well, right, and that's getting political power is boring.
That could be done well. And the new Lex Luthor being president is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Although I like the old Lex Luthor better, but
no, when they had Lex Luthor as the president, that was a cool storyline. That was neat.
Yeah, political power can be interesting.
I mean, think about it. Superman's arch enemy is the president of the United States. Cool. You know, that's great. Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah.
Whoever came up with that is just brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay,
so Silver Surfer finds him and he attacks.
Yeah.
But his attacks don't really work well because he's being controlled and he's slow.
Yeah, so it's not like full Surfer.
Yeah, it is cool. Silver Surfer comes through a window.
Yeah.
And it just
what light through yonder window breaks?
Actually, or is he coming through a painting?
I'm not sure.
He's coming through the Jesus painting.
Weird.
He is.
Okay.
That is awesome.
Metaphors.
But he does not destroy. Yeah, very good.
The painting.
Yeah.
Because what does the Surfer represent? Light and good and purity.
Yep.
Because I mean, he is a great and noble hero, I have to say.
We have some house ads for Luke Cage, Power Man, Defenders, Thor. Man, that's a cool.
And the Avengers too. These are all annuals, I think. They're annuals or giant size issues.
Novel-length thrillers. For 50 cents.
Yeah.
Man, those were the days.
Man.
Somebody took the 1981 Marvel calendar and was going to use it for this year because it's the same days.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but wouldn't it be cool to have the 1981?
Yes.
Yep. So, saw that on the interwebs. So they're fighting, and Dracula's doing okay because Silver Surfer is kind of slow,
and he's brainwashed right now. So, but it's awesome to see Dracula fighting the Silver Surfer. Dracula summons rats and has them fight the Surfer,
and the hurricane winds.
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing really the full force of Dracula's powers because he's got to against the Surfer, against the power cosmic. You know, so this is rad. This is a much more satisfying fight than the one with Doctor Strange.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
and it just kind of ends.
Yeah, and it's over way too soon. But they kind of have a talk.
Yeah, he looks into Domini, which is
his wife.
Yeah. Dracula's not Silver Surfer.
Right.
And he sees the future in her eyes and says, I'm going to leave you alone. Bye-bye. And that's it. Yeah. Perhaps he saw the future, and the future was good.
And there's a close-up of in her eyes. She sees a reflection of the painting of Christ, which, yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, it is. Okay. All right, the next one, we have The Last Traitor.
Yes, this is Tomb of Dracula number 59. Marv Wolfman writing with Gene Colan and Tom Palmer on art. And this is cool. It's got the whole gang of folks who hate Dracula.
Yeah.
The Harkers and the Van Helsings.
That Jewish Nebush guy from the episode before last.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's there. And
Lupesky, the Satanist, has joined them.
And he looks evil.
Because he is.
Yeah. They're mine. They got these guns from Lupesky. And one of these guys, I think his name is Drake, and he is
a descendant of Dracula.
Yeah. Then they say Dracula's fake name was Drake, but it's pretty clever. Yeah. But he says, this rifle has a good heft to it, which tells you nothing about the rifle.
Nope. But it's just expository dialogue. But yeah, they don't trust Lupesky, even though he's leading.
Dog doesn't like him either.
Saint, yeah. But Lupesky is going to lead them to Dracula because he's part of Dracula's cult that Lupesky wants to take over. But yeah.
So
and they've got these guns. Yeah, they're planning for battle, and of course they're loaded with silver bullets.
And Dracula's pregnant wife had a son.
Janus.
Yeah. Which means, doesn't that mean two-faced, the two-faced gods?
Or dual-natured or something like that. But yeah. So Dracula's son Janus, I forgot he also has a daughter, Lilith, I think.
Oh, I didn't see this.
She's not going to be in any of the issues that we look at, but anyway.
All right. Okay, here we go with another subplot. A teacher is teaching some high school youths, and one of them stays behind and takes off her glasses and tries to rape her.
Yeah, and there's one panel where he looks just like Neil Diamond. That center panel.
He does.
Right?
Yeah. And here comes Dracula. And
sorry, Neil.
Yeah.
And Dracula beats him up, sends him packing. And then she becomes the victim of Dracula.
Yeah.
Which is like, what?
Okay. Maybe go somewhere to talk. Talk about what about
your death?
Man. Okay. And she's going. He's got some plan for later for her. So
yeah. So back to Lupesky and the satanic cult.
Yeah. There's a huge party going on. It's pretty cool looking.
Everybody's got their creepy masks on.
Man. All right. The good guys. I guess. I can't think of a better, for lack of a better.
Van Helsing and his.
I think this is Hulker. I don't think Ben is Van Helsing.
The old man in the wheelchair is a Van Helsing. The girl is a Harker, and then the guy is Drake, and then there's the Jewish guy.
Okay. They're in a 1920s car. You know.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's cool, but
impractical.
Stupid.
You're gonna go fight Dracula. You need like the car from Knight Rider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a tank or something.
Yeah.
Made out of garlic. All right, so
I think they're celebrating. The Satanists are celebrating the birth of Dracula's son and everything. And Lupesky's there, and of course he has led the heroes to the lair of Dracula.
Mm-hmm. And so the heroes come in, they start shooting, and they're aiming at Dracula.
And Lupesky opens fire too, because he wants to take over.
Right.
And they're all firing.
And one of them says, "I can't look.
It's the Jewish guy, the nebbish guy.
Can please tell me if I'm doing anything?"
It's like, why did you bring that guy?
Yeah.
But so
he should be reloading or something.
Right. So things are going nuts.
Yeah. Van Helsing has a heart attack or something.
Okay. He's old. He's in a wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
Cool house ad for Dracula, or excuse me, for Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Ooh, and the Marvel Explosion is here.
Yeah, with Conan and Shang-Chi and the Avengers and Daredevil and everybody, really.
Okay. Let's see. What else? So there's a huge fight. And then they argue. Let's see. Oh. Lupesky shoots the kid, the baby.
Janus. And so Janus is killed. Dracula's wounded. And boy, Lupesky is in big trouble now.
Right. And
Dracula kills him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he kills the crap out of him.
Right.
I think he crushes his skull.
We have these shots of people reacting to it, and they're all disgusted and freaked out.
Yeah.
Except for Domini, who's just sad.
Right.
And then Dracula's about to kill everybody, all the regular people, the heroes, and Jesus saves the day.
I don't understand that, but basically that is it.
Yeah.
He doesn't just show up and say, "Hey, here I am."
Yeah,
but the painting of Christ, which is odd at the satanic church, but
Dracula says, "I should have took that picture down long ago."
Right.
And I think Domini made him keep it up there.
Yeah.
And so
I think because she loves Dracula the man, but not the evil stuff.
Right.
So
not a good plan.
Yeah, a baby died in this issue.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Right.
Yeah. So it's kind of dark, but it is a Dracula book, so you know.
What I was thinking when I read this as well, that's a good thing the baby died because it grew up to be eviler than Dracula. But now I'm not so sure with Domine as his mother. Maybe.
Yeah. Yes. More on the son of Dracula later.
Oh. Okay.
His arc is not finished, so that's all I'll say.
Okay.
But I guess I said too much already. But let's talk about Tomb of Dracula number 64. The story is called Life After Undeath. So Dracula's in hell with Satan.
Because Satan's mad because Dracula is causing too much evil.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, Satan looks cool. Way to go, Gene Colan.
Yeah. It's very Kirby-esque.
I didn't really see the Kirby so much.
Right there. That's Kirby there. His face. To me, it's just pure Gene Colan. I don't see the Kirby, man. So anyway. Okay. Well, you're wrong. Okay. So that's about it, though. Satan is mad that if there's too much evil in the world, God was going to come down and beat up Satan and banish him. So they're hoping the satanic people are hoping that they're going to win, but if they push God too much, God's going to take them out. Yeah, because Satan explains in here that there cannot be ultimate good without ultimate evil, and so they need to have this balancing act. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and here we have this new character. New to us, anyway. Yeah. What's her name?
I already forgot. But she's got weird powers, and she's a friend of Dracula's.
Is she a friend or a girlfriend?
I don't think she's a girlfriend. Because
No.
I think Dracula's still in the relationship with Domini.
Oh, okay.
Even though, who knows if they're swingers. We don't know.
Mm.
You know?
Yeah. Topaz is her
That's
name.
right. That's right. I could not remember, so...
And so we have lots and lots of talking.
But it's pretty rad because the conversation's happening in hell, with Dracula looking super evil as he's, talking to Satan.
Yeah, and giving Satan what for, too.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool. So Satan is worried that Topaz is going to be, when she turns 21, she's going to be super powerful.
And be able to wipe out evil.
Right.
Which is a threat to him, obviously.
And they said, well, I'm going to fix you, Dracula, Satan says, and he's going to do something they'll torture him.
Right.
And for eternity. Ooh, look at that. Darth Vader lives. If they only knew.
Yeah. Looks like that ad is... Oh, never mind. I thought I could ID the artist. I'm not sure. But anyway, back to... So we go back, another subplot, Van Helsing and the gang, and I'm not sure what... And Domini is with them.
Right.
So,
and she's
stuff.
trying to they're telling her what Dracula did to them, and Domini says, he has some good points too. Hey.
Yeah.
And then here's another subplot of some guy has his daughter had her blood drained out, so he gives $50,000 to some hunter to catch him.
Yeah.
Catch Dracula.
Right. So, but anyway, back to hell
Yeah.
with Satan and stuff.
Yeah. And Satan's about to kill Topaz, and then she gets powerful. And
fights back against Satan.
yeah.
It's really cool.
And Satan messed up by telling her that she's going to have all these powers.
Right.
And that gave her the idea in her head, so then she became powerful, and then Satan's got his butt kicked.
Yeah, and so I guess Topaz and Dracula are sent back to the regular world. And
let's see, who is this girl here?
I can't remember if she's Harker or if she's
Yeah.
she's part of Van Helsing's group. And anyway,
it's Van Helsing.
oh, she's his, okay, I couldn't remember if she was his niece or his daughter or something
Yeah.
like that.
And
She discovers that Dracula is no longer a vampire.
yeah. Those are really well done. I had no idea what was going to happen. Which, any art, if I'm surprised at it.
Yeah.
Older movies and stuff like that, I know we were watching them again and again and again.
Yeah.
And because they've been copied so much, so I'm not surprised. But I love it when some piece of art surprises me,
Right.
and does something clever, and this does it.
There you go. And the next week we will have the following issue following on that Dracula is now human thing. So, keep listening. We're going to talk about more. So, now for something really scary.
I love that.
Yeah.
SCTV, if you didn't know.
Yeah, Count Floyd show. We've got the friendly ghost, Casper.
And you can blame this on me.
Yes, because you were asking to talk about these kiddie comics, and I said, okay. We'll talk about some. This is issue number 113 of The Friendly Ghost, Casper. And this was not at all indexed on comics.org, so we won't be giving any credits. But I have a sneaky feeling at least some of the art is by Ernie Colon. Or Calon, excuse me.
Yeah. There's a one-pager, which I found interesting, was Casper swims in paintings.
Okay.
And he swims in the ocean, and then he goes to do a modern painting, with abstract art, and he hates it because I never felt so dirty in my life, which, I don't know, I was amused by.
Yeah, man, Casper hates abstract art as much as Steve Ditko does. Or modern art.
Me.
Yeah.
Man, did you see this ad for the Kabbalah?
Yeah.
That is so cool.
It's a weird board game toy thing, and it's kind of creepy. But, yeah, it's really odd.
Yeah. Well, Kabbalah is Jewish mysticism.
Right, and this is not, though.
No.
They're just taking that name. This is like a Ouija board and a Magic 8-Ball combined.
Yeah? Okay.
With the transogram, and weirdness.
I want one.
It's probably expensive to find now.
Probably so.
Yeah, but let's talk about this. Casper's the lead story, the main story in the book, is called The Missing Gardrolnik. And, yeah.
Okay.
So Casper and Wendy are hanging out in Ghost Town or the forest or wherever.
Yeah, I don't know where they are. There's gnomes, and Wendy's there, and some old gnomes, so I don't know.
Well, when I would read, like, Hot Stuff comics, yes, I've read some of those. You see Hot Stuff, and there's, like, all, like, mythical creatures around, satyrs and different things. Yeah. But with Casper and Wendy, I don't quite get it, but it's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Very nice. So there's this castle with an ogre in it, and he hates people because...
They stored his Gardrolnik.
Yeah, they stole it for the long... And so
or they think he does, yeah.
And so they're going to... Okay, they see the castle, and someone sends off a flare.
Mm-hmm.
So they go to the castle... They leave some guys behind to annoy the ogre and keep him, get him out of the way so they can rescue the person.
Right.
Okay? So they rescue this guy and says, "Oh, I come from up there in the sky." So they take him up there. They build a rocket ship made out of wood, and Wendy puts two flying brooms on the bottom of it, and it goes up, and it goes through a hole in the sky to up Earth.
Yeah.
Which is great. Okay, so everything's opposite. It's like a kiddie version of Bizarre World.
Sure.
And it's fun. The convicts dress like policemen. The prisons have all the good food, so they don't allow convicts in there.
Yeah.
Well, kind of fun things like that. I was kind of... I don't know. I didn't expect to like this.
Yeah.
But I did. God help me. I like Casper, the friendly ghost.
He is so likable.
Yeah, it's sort of...
Casper, the ghost of Richie Rich.
That's what people say, because he looks exactly like... I still want to read Richie Rich, because I see the covers. James Lilacs on the web, lilacs.com. He makes fun of them, and they're really funny, but they're... I can't imagine what they're about. So,
I've read some Richie Rich comics, and they're pretty fun. Mm-hmm. Like this Casper is.
Yeah. All right, so the ogre is really mad about the
Gardrolnik. It's not that hard.
No.
You just sound it out, man.
Gardrolnik. All right, so they're... Man, this is hard to explain. So they're up in Up Earth, and they meet the ogre, and the ogre's a nice, friendly guy, and they tell him, "Oh, the Grodolnik is the mean ogre. Put it away to get fixed.
Uh-huh.
So here's a ticket for it," and they take it, and the proprietor gives them money, because that's what happens when you buy something in Up Earth. You get money and the object what you're buying.
Yeah, and it was the wrecking shop instead of a fix-it shop.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just there's a lot of Harvey comics.
Yeah, they put out a lot of stuff.
Wendy Witch World and
Spooky.
Little Dot. What gives? She likes dots. So.
Oh, what is even funnier is Little Lotta's Foodland. She's just like a fat girl who eats all the time.
Nah.
That's the whole premise.
Yeah. Should be really popular today. I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
Sad Sack. I like Sad Sack.
Yeah.
As a kid. The original World War II ones are really pretty good. But
yeah. I've read some Sad Sack.
Okay. So they're fighting the ogre down on Earth. Mm-hmm. And they're fighting. And then all of a sudden, Casper and Wendy and the little kid who's named Oliver comes back, and the ogre's son is It's Oliver. Oliver is.
So he wasn't trapped in a tower at all. They didn't need to be rescued. He was just at his house.
Yeah, he just want to have a lot of fun. And Casper says, you could have caused a lot of trouble doing that.
Yeah.
So they said, well, what about my Godalnik? And it says, oh, you put it to get fixed. Says, oh, so
I forgot.
So the Godalnik is a one-man band. So
yeah.
I enjoyed this. It was funny.
Yeah.
I didn't know what was coming, and it's just great. It's fun.
There are a couple of backup stories here with Spooky, the tough little ghost. We skipped over one because they split up the main story and have that in the middle. But here's one that's called Poor Teacher.
Yeah.
Now, Spooky, the tough little ghost, he talks like Doiby Dickles, Okay, he basically is. He's the ghost of Doiby Dickles. Mm-hmm. And he's got a girlfriend. What's her name? I forgot. Pearl.
Poyle. Her name's Pearl.
But he says Poyle.
Yeah, he pronounces it. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Foil. That would have been good. She tells him not to scare anybody anymore.
Yeah.
So these kids come by from far, far away,
because they heard what a great scarer he was, and they want the lessons. Yeah.
So okay, I'm not supposed to boo anybody, but I can tell people how to boo. So Pearl listens in, and she hears him talking about go and scare those squirrels.
Because she's turned invisible. Mm-hmm. That's important.
So she screams at them before they can boo, and they run back, and
Spooky chastises them because he thinks they were scared of a squirrel.
Yeah. And so Spooky goes there, and he's frightened too. So
by Pearl.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Yeah, he's okay. Spooky's mad because the kids left and they think he's just no good.
Mm-hmm.
So the first person comes through the door. Spooky goes boo really loud and scares, and it's Pearl. And Pearl's scared. She goes home, and Spooky was freaked out by his own boo. So he said, "I can't scare anyone for a week."
Yeah.
Da 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 da. Whack.
Yeah. So there was one other spooky story in here that we skipped over.
Yeah. Okay.
But
he fights burglars.
Oh, was it? Oh no, it was just a couple of one-pagers. So never mind.
Mm-hmm.
My bad.
He scares burglars. And that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Fairly well drawn. Not bad. I like Casper. I like Wendy. They're kind of cool characters, and this is for kids, but it's still kind of neat.
The last episode, the first one we recorded today, we read that Roadrunner comic that was like PU.
Right.
But this is good. There's a way to do kiddie comics and do them like this is charming and I like this, and there's a reason you like Casper and you like Richie Rich and you like hot stuff. And there's reasons you like Archie and the gang, but
yeah, nothing likable about that. And
about the Roadrunner.
And I love the cartoons.
Yeah, me too.
They must be doing something right. There's got to be a quality that speaks to somebody enough for them to make a profit and for people to buy it. Even if it's just kids, parents, or uncles or grandmas buying comics, it still wouldn't work if they weren't good.
Right. And even Harvey Comics, that put out Casper and Richie Rich and all of those. Harvey Comics is no longer around.
Yeah.
They went out of business. The only company that was still putting out quote unquote kiddie comics that's still in the game, from memory of old, of course, there's other things out there, but is Archie.
Yeah.
And even Archie is like, you know what, let's do something kind of wild and different to bring in new readers. They're actually thriving.
Are they?
Yeah.
I didn't know they were thriving. Usually when you do something crazy, it's usually you've already jumped the shark and you're going down and you're trying to stop the slide.
Yeah. I mean, Archie Comics has taken some, and this is a fine tangent to go on right now, Archie Comics has taken some very interesting risks, and they've all paid off. they brought out Kevin Keller, the gay kid, and they just made him a real person who happens to be gay. And he's got his own series, and he's really popular. They've done the series of, like, basically, it's a little more adult. It's Afterlife with Archie, where the zombie apocalypse happens in the Archie world. Yeah. And now they're doing a more serious modern reboot with Mark Waid, the guy who wrote Kingdom Come, one of yours and mine's favorite books, writing Archie.
Interesting.
And he's one of the great writers in comics. I mean, he's done wonderful stuff with Superman and The Flash and Daredevil. His run on Daredevil is terrific. That is still going on. And Fiona Staples, the gal who's the artist on Saga, which is the best comic on the stands today. It's incredible. It's a very adult read, but it's excellent, and you never know where that book is going.
I like that.
You would probably appreciate Saga a great deal. But she's the artist, and Mark Waid is writing it. I think it would be interesting to have Mark Waid just writing it and have, like, the more classic look. If anything's going to make this fail is giving it a new, hip, modern look. Because there's the reason Archie's a success is people... Well, I think it's stayed successful is there's a familiarity that people can go to. I don't like
the new look of comics. They look the same to me. It's like anime kind of all looks the same to me.
Sure.
I see graduations of quality, and maybe if I looked more into it, I would see the differences. But as a casual looker, reader, for me they just look very similar, and I don't rarely see people styles. They all look the same.
Sure.
But I was impressed with Casper. Yay!
Yeah,
pretty cool.
And I think we may look at him once or twice again before the year is up. It's awkward sign-off time because I don't really.
Yeah. Until next episode, we'll see you in the funny papers.
Yay!